live on Amazon Live. I'm just waiting for the signal to come in. That's a good sign. I'm going live on Amazon Live, and I should get a signal on my iPad in a moment to actually say that the signal is being received. So far so good, and we have 30 seconds to go. So hopefully you can hear me. If you can, all right, and we're going to go live on Amazon. And I think we've actually gone live on Amazon with 17 seconds to go. Okay, so if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, then welcome to the broadcast. This broadcast is actually on Amazon Live, and in a moment that card will shrink and I will appear. So hello and welcome to my Thursday broadcast on Amazon Live. This is my third broadcast of the day and the one I enjoy. Well, I enjoy the other two as well. This is Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen, and we're going to be talking today about webcams, microphones, audio gear, live video, and Fitbits. Now, if you have any questions at all, and we say hello to Chris, saying hello from Belgium. Hello, Chris. Nice to see you. I'm just going to take that off because it's sort of squidged me a little bit. And come back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a change to my set, get everything sorted and set up, and I'm going to go like that. And that's better. Okay. Now I'm broadcasting from, just so you know where I'm broadcasting from, I am broadcasting from my Be Live studio, and wherever you see that logo, that means Be Live. Be Live is my choice, my platform of choice, because I can have two cameras on screen. You've got my camera here, but you've also got, if I switch these around, my camera, which is pointing at the demonstration area, and you can see my iPad at the moment. I'm going to move my iPad out of the way. Hello on Amazon Live, and thank you for joining me. If you have any questions about webcams or microphones or anything to do with live broadcasting, then please do ask, but thank you for joining me. So I'm broadcasting on Be Live, and I can now take that card off because you know what I'm going to broadcast about. So I'm going to hide that, come to me, and I'm going to go picture in picture this way around, and I'm actually going to shrink myself. Okay. All of this is happening live in my Be Live studio, and I've now got the full demonstration area. New addition, which you may have noticed, is the plant, which we're going to watch that grow over the next 11 months of this year through 2022. We're going to track the progress of that plant, and you'll also be able to track any new equipment that I actually buy over this year. Now, what I'm doing is I'm actually upgrading all my equipment. I've got a new camera, which I'll show you shortly, and I've got a new microphone, which you're listening to now. Microphone that we're listening to at the moment is the Elgato Wave 3, and I'm quite impressed by it, and I will be showing you why I'm impressed by it in this broadcast. So if you're watching on Amazon Live, thank you for joining me today, and we're going to start off with, the fact that you can use your mobile phone. Just take the logo off. Okay. You can use your mobile phone to actually shoot video. We know this. But most of us in the olden days used to hold the camera in our hand and shoot. Yeah. There's a better way of doing things. And the better way of doing things is this. Okay. So the better way of actually shooting video from your mobile phone is to use a gimbal. And this is, if I can get out, this is a case. This case goes in my rucksack, and this is the home gimbal. I'm going to open it up, and you can see in the box, you've got the gimbal itself, and you've also got a little tripod onto which you can put the gimbal so that you can use it as a static camera. So you use that and you have a static camera, but it's not meant to be static. That's just a secondary use. In actual fact, this is the gimbal. And I'm going to put the gimbal down, put the case over there. Now, the whole purpose of a gimbal is to hold your camera steady. And you take your camera, as I'm doing here. So I bring the camera into the shot, okay, and put that over there so we've got more space. So you've got your camera, and basically you take your camera out of its case. It's got to be out of its case, and then you can actually put it in the clamp, which is at the top of the unit. Now, if I come back to me, you'll probably see it more clearly if I go here. This is the gimbal, okay. The camera goes in the unit at the top, okay, and it's clamped in there, and it's unlikely to fall out because the jaws on the clamp are very tight and very strong. In fact, sometimes it's interesting to actually get the phone into the gimbal. But the purpose of a gimbal is to actually keep you steady. If you're holding a mobile phone in your hand, then basically what happens with a mobile phone is as you move up and down, the mobile phone goes up and down, which means the video goes up and down, which if you're watching a video on replay is not the best way to do it. So what a gimbal does, and this is the iSteady gimbal from Hoem, which is down in the carousel at the moment at $99. What this does is it keeps your camera steady and means that when you do go out filming, that you get a reasonably semi-professional, professional result with the gimbal. So I'm going to show you a video in a moment made with this gimbal, and you can see how effective a gimbal can actually be in improving the video quality from your mobile phone. So this is standard Android or iOS iPhone and this gimbal. That's all there is. 2 pieces of kit. Okay, so I'm going to go over here, and hopefully in my carousel, I've got 2 carousels. I've got the one that you can actually see there, and I've got a second carousel down below me, and I'm just looking for a video. Just forgive me a moment. I'll show you a couple of videos today, but if I can find them. Okay, I thought I got this organized. You know when you put things together, I do a run of show. I go through in my head and say, right, okay, this is what I'm going to talk about today. And I try and get everything ready so I can just bring it up on screen. Right, okay. Right, now this video, which I'm going to show you now. Okay, so this is the video down below me, and you can guess where it is. But I took the home gimbal that you can see there. I took my phone and 2 of the pieces of kit I'll describe later. But this is the power of a gimbal. This is the steadiness. Okay, let's put the video full screen. So let's put the video full screen. I'm going to mute my microphone, and then I'm going to press play, and we can visit Stonehenge. This was Boxing Day 2021. Let's go. Around the henge and give you a tour. Well, let's go. Right, there aren't too many people here. Basically it's to wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy and prosperous New Year from Angelica and myself, and for everybody visiting Stonehenge today. Boxing Day 2021. Okay, I think we're in the clear now, hopefully. Right, so as usual, broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and my website, and that's just a beautiful sight, especially as it's a beautiful day as I pan around to give you some idea of the countryside around the henge. Now the henge is not on its own. There are burial mounds all around, and behind me is my wonderful partner Angelica, who is looking the other way. Hello. Right. And going over to, now this is the road. People slow down here because they've actually got a view of Stonehenge, so the traffic along this road gets congested during the week, and that's the road that they're actually going to replace with a tunnel. Now the tunnel won't go directly under Stonehenge, thank goodness, because we don't want Stonehenge to subside into a pile of rubble, but it will go within half a mile of Stonehenge. And I think the current state of play is that it's going to... Right, I'm going to now move us closer to the henge, so just give me a second, and I'm going to do this. Hopefully, I'm doing this live, but it should work. I'm going to go over here, okay, to about there, and I'm going to go live again. Go ahead.
Corin, watch out where you're going, dear.
Right, okay. Hopefully. Right. Okay, so this is the end of our journey. This is as close as you can get to the stones, let's say, apart from the 2 days a year. And you can see how this was constructed 4,500 years ago. They're still trying to work out how they got the lintel. I mean, it's a feat of engineering, because we're talking 4,500 years ago. The stones came from Wales and from Marlborough, had to be brought here, not by cart, they were actually rolled here. Welcome back. Okay, I so enjoy going out and using the home gimbal, iStudy gimbal, which is down in the carousel. And the point about this is there are 3 points I want to make about shooting video. And the first one is that obviously that was shot December 26, 2021. And it means that personally, Angelica and I can actually, my partner, as you saw in the video, can actually play it back anytime we want and remember the strips of Stonehenge. Now, we're fortunate, we live about 25 minutes away from Stonehenge, so we visit 4 or 5 times a year. But it's a record for us. Now, that's the first thing. The second thing, because I'm using a gimbal and the video is steady, yeah, I mean, that video that we just played, which is the Stonehenge video, is so steady that I can upload that video, and I have uploaded the video to YouTube. Okay, and now it's on YouTube, people can search for Stonehenge and find my video, and more people are actually watching the video you just watched on YouTube. Now, as we're on Amazon Live, I can't show you the full video because that would take 25 minutes. But if you want to watch the full video, if you go to YouTube after this broadcast, then you'll be able to see the whole video. And we say hello to Facebook user who's saying, hello, Stephen, and you're watching in the live video sales group. Thank you very much. Up above is a link. If you click that link, then next time I'll be able to show your name and picture on screen. Okay, this is a Facebook security, actually safety system, saving us from ourselves. Basically, what you have to do is give permission to be live, to actually show your picture on screen. Now, Amazon Live, if you comment on Amazon Live, I can read the comments out, and the comments in Amazon Live disappear after the show. So you can say anything you like in the comments. If you've got any questions about the gimbal, then please do ask. Now, next in the carousel is the next piece of kit that you actually need. If you're going to be doing videos with narration, which is what I do. I mean, I walk and talk at the same time and shoot. Okay, who said men can't multitask? I walk, talk, and shoot at the same time. But I want my voice to be heard over and above the crowds. Okay, because I film in the city, in the town, in the countryside, at Stonehenge, at Avebury, Courts Garden. I've got about 25 videos on YouTube where I've been out with this gimbal and shot. But I always take with me this. Okay, now it doesn't look much. Okay, but this is it, and it's a tangle of wires. But at one end is this, which is, you'll see it in a second, is a lapel microphone. Okay, and I'm trying to show it. If I put it over there, you can see it. Lapel microphone. Basically, it's got a crocodile clip, attaches to your clothing, and then the other end goes into your mobile phone. As soon as you put the audio cable into your mobile phone and it goes in, let's do this practically, it goes in at the bottom in the socket for audio. That cuts out the microphone that's in your mobile phone and substitutes this. You don't need to do anything. I mean, it's a standard feature on mobile phones, be they Android or iPhones, it will work. Plug this into your phone, fasten it to your clothing, in summer to your t-shirt, in winter to your jacket. And basically, because the microphone is up against your body, it shields out all the sound around you, and you can actually narrate as you're walking about. This is essential. If you didn't have this, what you'd be doing is filming crowds. Yeah, what you want to do is to be heard above the noise, and a lapel microphone, which is down the carousel, is exactly the way to do it. Okay, and the one down in the carousel is an excellent one, and it's just so easy to use, so easy to, and it goes in a case, carrying case. So carrying case in the rucksack, along with the case that the gimbal comes in. Okay, simple and straightforward to do. And then you can go and you can shoot video. Okay, and you can shoot high quality semi-professional, professional video using the gimbal and this. Okay, now one other thing you need, and I discovered this when I went to Portsmouth. We visited the Royal Naval Dockyards at Portsmouth, and that's where HMS Victory, HMS Warrior, Murray Rose are all there. And we did the tour. Then I went round with the camera, and I went past HMS Warrior, which you'll see in a moment. I went past HMS Victory, and then I got to the Murray Rose, and lo and behold, I ran out of steam because my phone went off. Yeah, I'm just going to hide the video now. So the next thing you actually need, and hopefully I can find this in the carousel. Yes, I've got it organized. Okay, I was going around the corner of the Murray Rose, and first of all, the screen went blank, and then the sound went off, and then I dropped signal. Now, when I do this with the gimbal and with the microphone, I am actually broadcasting live. I broadcast live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. There's a whole, it's just amazing to actually broadcast live. Okay, and I use a piece of software called Astra Streaming Studio. And if you go to YouTube and watch the videos, you'll find the links there to actually get Astra Streaming Studio. But there is one other thing that I now know I need, because I got round the corner of the Victory and was about to go to the Murray Rose and film the Murray Rose when all of a sudden I ran out of power. So the third thing that you actually need, I'm going to put down there now, okay, and that is you need a battery power pack, and there's one down in the carousel at the moment. This is your backup. Now I do try to charge the phone the day before I'm actually going out to film. Okay, but we're all human, we all make mistakes. On this day in Portsmouth, I forgot to charge the phone the night before. If I'd had, and you notice the past tense there, if I'd had this charger with me, then I could just plug my phone into the charger and carried on broadcasting. As it was, the broadcast had to end, and we're going to have to go back to Portsmouth at some point. But that charger not only charges, if I just go here, and I'll go to the comments in a minute, the charger here Okay, you charge the charger itself through a USB-A, USB-C cable. Then you can actually then plug your mobile phone onto here to charge it, or you can plug your Fitbit, because the Fitbit has a unique charging mechanism. But this charger is worth its weight in gold, because whenever you're out and about and you're filming, you need to have a battery backup. And the one down in the carousel at the moment is a first class one. And its use is not just for filming, obviously, as I've just alluded to. This can recharge anything. So you charge this and you can then charge your phone, you can then charge your Fitbit. In fact, you can charge any device that has a USB-C connection. Okay, that's all you need. So you can even charge your gimbal using that as well. Okay, over to the comments. And we're joined today by, let's go with this. I say hello to Jerry. And Jerry, good to see you. Jerry's in the USA and has found me on Facebook. And Austin, Texas, there you are. And over to Efrahin, Dr. ELO, thank you for joining me. And I'm live on Amazon Live and enjoying it. I hope you think about joining us on the show next Wednesday when we get our group together. Absolutely good. So thank you everybody for joining me. Over to Chris. And Chris is saying, glad that I have an Anker power bank now. Yeah, they're worth their weight in gold, Chris, because the number of times when you're out and about, it's nice to have it because you can recharge your phone. I can actually recharge my Fitbit whilst I'm on the move as well. So a power pack is a good idea. And Chris is saying, I'm glad that I have an Anker power bank now. Good. So solid proof there from Chris in Belgium that having a power pack is a good idea. And the one down in the carousel at the moment is 10% off. So it's $28.75 for the portable charger. We also looked at just a minute. We also looked at the cable that manages to tie itself in knots. I'm going to put it, if I put it there, you'll be able to see it. I don't know how cables actually tie themselves in knots, but that's the professional grade microphone, the Lapel microphone, which you need if you're going to do a narration or a voiceover. And then we have the gimbal itself, this home gimbal, which is very lightweight. You can just put your phone in and press record, and it simply will switch it on, and it simply works. You don't need to do anything special to it. Although, as Chris reminded me, it can follow you if you wish. It's got the technology built in to actually be able to follow you. And you can, of course, pan, zoom, tilt with the controls. Okay, whole zoom in, zoom out, a whole range of things that are actually on the control panel of this gimbal, which is there. And those are the essentials if you're going to go out and about and you're going to do video, which you're going to put on YouTube, which the world can then see. And the reason for doing this, first of all, is personal. As I said, Angelica and I can watch the Stonehenge video when it snows, which she's probably going to do sometime in February. We can watch that video and say, that was a beautiful sunny day out at Stonehenge. That's one. Two, you can put it up on YouTube so other people can see it. Now, this is important. Okay. I know Stonehenge is probably on your bucket list of places to visit, but you can watch my video and get a feel for Stonehenge before you actually go. And you'll find, if you go to YouTube, it's not the only Stonehenge video, but it was shot with the Hohem gimbal. So that's the Hohem iSteady gimbal. And the third thing is you're actually recording history. Yeah. When you go out and you shoot in your local town or places you actually visit, you're recording history for other people to see. And that's important. Yeah. Because people can look back on the things that we do today in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, and say, that's how it used to look. Now, this is especially true of your town and your town centre, because over time it changes. New buildings appear, old buildings disappear. New shops appear, old shops disappear. So it's always changing. The landscape around us is always changing. So if you can record it, people can watch your video in future years and not only have the beautiful pictures that you're shooting with the home gimbal, but they can have your narration too. And that's important. That's a public service. So personal, going on YouTube, and recording history are three of the reasons I can think of. If you can think of any more, then please do type what you feel in the comments, and also tell me, if you would, whether you use a gimbal, and if so, which one, because I'm aware there's more than one. I've got a Sound Smooth 3, which is in the box behind me, but I much prefer the one that's on the desktop at the moment, which is the home gimbal. That's my preference. So home gimbal, lapel microphone, mobile phone, sorry, power pack and mobile phone. Those are the four ingredients you actually need to record semi-professional to professional video. Okay. Now I've shown you my desktop, and it's tidy at the moment because I've not had it long. I set it up, or Angelica set it up for me. But I want to show you a widget that you may not have noticed, and it's down in the carousel at the moment. If I put these away, just give me a second. 1, 2. Let's put, you can watch me do this. I'm going to put the gimbal back in its case. So the gimbal goes back in its case. Okay, and I'm going to take the pyramid. So we know now you can actually have it as a static camera. I'm going to fold the pyramid together without trapping my fingers. Put that in there. I'm going to zip the case up. And that's it, done. Okay, and then this tangle of wires goes back into, I'll not do this now, the tangle of wires goes back into the carrying pack and into your rucksack along with the gimbal. Okay, and you've then tidied everything up. But I'm going to shrink myself because I want to show you something else. Now, this is something that I bought this year, and I just need to change the way that I look. I need to shrink myself again. Okay, because you can see it. Okay, the unit that's now down in the carousel is this. Okay, and this is, just wait for it so you remember the name. This is, you want to see it that way around, don't you? Okay, just a second, just a second. It is an Anker. Anker. It's an Anker, because Chris mentioned Anker a moment ago. They make some wonderful widgets. This is a 4-way USB port. The problem I have is that I want to show 2 cameras on screen. In order to show 2 cameras on screen, I've got to have 2 cameras plugged into my computer. Okay. I mean, I've searched endlessly for Wi-Fi and Bluetooth cameras, but no. The easiest thing is to have a USB connection going into your portable, your Mac, or your desktop. And the problem is that we never have enough sockets. We never have enough USB sockets on the machines that we use. So this unit, I unplugged my Brio camera, plugged this unit in, and then I plugged in the Brio camera, my Obsbot camera, my Elgato microphone, and my DVD drive. Oh, is it USB? Oh, right, sorry. Also plugged in is this. Okay, so this is a 2 terabyte hard drive from Toshiba, which is down in the carousel. That is plugged in as well. So this $16.99 unit is powering the hard drive, 2 cameras, and 1 microphone. It's just a better way of organizing things. All the wires are reasonably hidden, and you can have 2 cameras on screen as I've got now, or 2 microphones, and switch between the microphones. It's just so easy. Right, so let's take a comment from Chris. And Chris is saying, okay, let's bring this on screen. I've got, oh, right, okay, I did ask. Chris has an Osmo Mobile 3, but like to upgrade to the new home gimbal with a tracker. Yes, it was Chris that pointed out to me that the home gimbal does have a tracker on it, which I'm going to try out this weekend. So there you are, an additional feature for the home gimbal is it will track you. So you can have it static and you can walk around and do it that way. I'm going to try and do that. So when I first mentioned this, quite a few were bought because it is such a handy gadget to have in your hardware armory. It's a 4-way gimbal. I've got 2 cameras, 1 microphone, and a hard drive plugged in there, and they all work flawlessly. Yeah, it is a powered unit, and it works flawlessly. Okay, just to before we go off this section, I'm just going to try and find something again. Okay, right, I'm going to go off full screen. Okay, so now you've got me, my desktop, which is the second camera, which I'm going to switch off. Okay, I'm going to go picture in picture that way. Okay, so this basically, when we're demonstrating things, there is a chance that we'll actually forget to tell you something. So I make videos about the products that are in the carousel. This is one such, and this is more about the home gimbal, and then we shall move forwards to something new. So I'm just going to switch my microphone off, put the video full screen. Okay, so my microphone's going off, and let's press play. And recording on mobile video, broadcasting on mobile video. And my gimbal of choice, my gimbal stabilizer, is the OM3 axis. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you, let's put that over there. All you need to do is to take your mobile phone and put it into the clamp. It clicks into place, and that's it. Okay, and then all you need to do is press one button to actually switch it on, and hold the button in, and it will go, and that's it. You're ready to go. And it's so, as you've seen, it's so simple and easy to actually use. And I use it when I'm out and about. And I've come to this corner so I can turn around and I can show you the Abbey in all its glory. So I'm going to pan from the meadow over there and the ha-ha, which you'll remember. You've seen a ha-ha now, and come round and go to the top. Now, as you can see from the footage we've just seen, it's easy to use. It does stabilize your video. There's no fear of the camera on your phone actually falling on the floor. It gives you great control. There is an application you can have on your mobile phone to actually run it, and I love it. I mean, I go out and I shoot video now every weekend using the OM3 axis gimbal stabilizer, and it's so simple, so light. Yeah, and you just hold it and shoot, point and shoot at its best, point, shoot and steady at its best. I enjoy using the home gimbal. You will too. Now I'm back. Okay, right, I'll show you another video later of the home gimbal being used at Portsmouth Dockyard. So we've seen the Stonehenge video, we've seen how it works, and I love it. I love it for the reason that I enjoy walking, and I walk marathons. I walked 26 miles, 385 yards from Avebury to Stonehenge on 6 occasions. Once I didn't make it, the rest I did. And it's a great way of keeping fit. Going out and using your phone to video is an excellent way of keeping fit. And staying with fitness for a moment, well, before we go on to fitness, what I actually want to do is just to talk about cameras. Okay, so we're switching tack here. and I'm going to talk about cameras. Now, you are watching me. I'm using a Logitech Brio camera, which is now down the carousel. In actual fact, the Logitech Brio camera is currently today $163.82, which is 18% off. Okay, so 18% off. If you click the link in the carousel, go to the page. Now, you're not buying it. If you click the link in the carousel, you're taken off to the normal Amazon.com page. You can find out more details. You can find out more reviews. And if you want the camera, then you can order it. If you want to look at alternatives to Logitech. Now, there's a phrase. Majority of people who live broadcast like I do actually use a Logitech camera. And most people start off with this camera. Just a minute. Okay, I'm going to try and get this down from here. Just a minute. Okay, so I move that over there, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to talk about cameras. So the first camera I'm going to show you is not that video. We can hide that video. Just a minute. Yeah, I want the video to go. So let's hide the video, come back to me, and switch that camera on. Okay, and go this way around. Okay, the first camera that most people buy is this one, which is down in the carousel. Okay, I'm going to come back to the Brio in a minute, but I want to talk about this one, and it's decided to fall over. So I'm going to try and juggle things so that I've got the iPad down here, and I can just go along until I get to, hopefully soon. Okay, I've lost it. Okay, bear with me a minute. We'll get there. Okay, so the first camera that most people buy is down in the carousel at the moment. It's the Logitech C920. And there are two ways to actually use this camera. Most cameras you actually just perch on top of your monitor. But this, I put it onto a stand, and it seems to want to fall. That's better. Okay, I've put it onto a stand. At the bottom of every camera is the ability to actually screw it into a tripod, which is what I've done with this. So I could use this camera, except for one small thing, it's not plugged in. I could use this camera to actually shoot. Okay, and I've had this Logitech C920 camera for the last 6 years. And all I can say is I haven't had a single problem with it. Logitech cameras are ultra reliable. And the fact that I've had it for 6 years is amazing. Now, what I'm going to do to actually take the stand off, hopefully, I can just turn it here and nothing's happening. Just a minute. This is live. You know this is live. So forgive me. I'm just going to do this. Right. Okay. So that's the stand. That can be any stand. Most stands have got the ability with a screw at the top to actually screw in. So, right. Back to the camera. Okay, Logitech C920 920X, this is the styling. And basically, if I pull this down, I'm trying to pull this down now. This is the bit of the, right, okay, we've got it. Okay, that's Logitech camera. What you've got the lens and you've got a microphone inbuilt. If you buy one of these cameras, you're also buying an external microphone. And the external microphone on the Logitech cameras is decent. It's good. Okay. Now, what you do is you put this camera on top of your monitor, you plug it in, and because the majority of cameras are Logitech, and most people use Logitech, you can actually put it straight onto your PC or Mac, and it will work. You don't need to do anything to it. You can use this straight out of the box. No settings to do. Just plug it in and play. It is the simplest camera around, and it is the camera. It is the camera. I'm going to come back to me. This is the camera that most people actually start with, Logitech C920, and it's good quality. It's 720 and 1080p. Now, if I tell you that I'm broadcasting to you today at 720p, I said that's the number of pixels. Yeah. If I go to 1080, you get a better definition. If I go, this camera won't go to 4K, but if I went to 4K, you get an even better picture, clearer picture. So this camera is an industry standard, really. I mean, I did a poll in the Be Live Streamers group asking people which camera they used, and most people, including Chris, use the Logitech C920. Okay, and possibly Jerry does as well. And I know that Dr. ELO, who also joined us on Facebook today, Efrahin also uses an Opusbot, which I'm going to show you in a moment. So this is the camera that everybody starts with. If you want to give a gift to somebody who's interested in live broadcasting, this is the one. This is the camera we all start with. It's reliable. Yeah, totally reliable. As I say, I've had this camera for 6 years. Not a single problem. 920X supersedes this one. This is a C920. It's got an inbuilt microphone. So this is the first camera to get for yourself or to get for somebody else. It's an ideal present, especially with Valentine's Day coming up. Just saying. I haven't decided what to buy for Valentine's yet, have you? Got to think on that. Got to think. Okay, but not today. Not today. Today I'm talking to you on Amazon Live. So that's the camera most people start with, and for a very good reason, that it is, I'm just going to put it down, it is an ultra reliable camera, and I'm just going to move that out of the way, and the camera is there, and the desk is getting rather full now. It was tidy when I started this broadcast, so I'm going to have to tidy it up afterwards. Okay, so that's the camera that most people start with. Now, over a period of time, as you get more and more, you get bitten by the live video bug. Now, when I talk about live video, I'm talking about Zoom as well. Include Zoom in what I'm talking about. Everything I tell you about a camera works on Zoom, because most of us have used Zoom, and it also works on live broadcast. Webcams were designed for live broadcasting. Yeah, and I've been doing this now for 6 years. Well over 2,000 live broadcasts, majority of those from my Be Live studio. And I just enjoy live video. If you've got any questions about live video, then please do ask them. The comments disappear at the end, but I'll do my best to actually answer any question you have about anything that's in the carousel. And if you scroll the carousel, you'll see all 37 items. Okay. And in addition to that, you've got the carousel. You could ask me anything about anything in the carousel, and I'll do my best to answer. If I don't know the answer, I will put my hand up and I'll say, I don't know the answer, and I'll find it out and put it on a future broadcast. Talking of broadcasts, I'm live on Amazon Live at 9 AM Eastern every weekday, Monday through Friday. You can catch me, you can come and ask questions, and you can say, you remember in your Thursday show, you talked about the gimbal. Can you just run through it again? You can ask me questions like that. Okay, I'm here. Now, also, whilst I have a look around and tidy things up, what I'm going to do is I've got a video which I made earlier. I think, is this the one? No, that's not it. I have a video which I'm searching for. Okay. Okay, I'm going to bring it up on screen. Now, if you're watching me on Facebook and YouTube, thank you. But this is the reason people are actually watching me on Amazon Live. So I'm going to go off full camera, and we're going to hide that camera. Okay, I'm going to go here and here, possibly. Right. One of the things that there is no manual which explains how Amazon Live works. So I've put together a short video which is on YouTube. I'm going to play you a clip of the video now just to tell you, show you what you can do when you're watching Amazon Live and how you can find things. How do you navigate Amazon Live? That's what we're going to look at. Let's switch my microphone off and press play. is Stephen Amazon Live. This is a short guided tour of what Amazon Live is about. Now, basically, Amazon Live is broadcasters from around the globe getting together to broadcast on Amazon.com and talk about the products they own and love. And this is the homepage, amazon.com/live. You can reach it from the amazon.com homepage by taking the menu and going down to get to Amazon Live. Now, on the left-hand side of the screen, we've got the people I'm actually following. I'm on the Discover page, which is basically shows me the broadcasts that are live at the moment. You'll see in the top left-hand corner, it says live. And we've got a variety of topics. As we go down, we'll see people who are live and people who've been live. Now, if people have been live, you can actually watch the replay. If they are live, however, there is more that you can do. The first thing is that you can follow people. Now, if you follow, this is important because it means you'll never lose this broadcast. It will always be available to you in the following tab, which is all the shows that you follow on a regular basis, and you can watch the replays or you can watch live just by going to the following tab. Whilst the broadcast is live, you can type in to the text box. So I'm going to type in hello from the UK. Okay, and that shows on the screen. So you can communicate with the live broadcasters whilst they are live. You can type text, you can ask questions about the products they're actually demonstrating, and you'll get answers live on air. These are people who actually know the products well, and when they talk about something that's down the carousel, they do know about it, and you can ask questions. The questions and the text in the right hand side of this page will actually disappear after the show. So it's not a permanent record. The only thing that survives the live broadcast is the recording. All the text down the right hand side goes. The second thing you can do is you can follow somebody. Now, if you press the following button, it means that you'll quickly be able to find their broadcasts. Now, this is important. In the center of the screen, you can see an unmute button. Until you press the unmute button on an individual broadcast, you cannot listen to what the person is saying. Now, obviously, it makes it more interesting when you can hear what people are saying. So, if you find what the presenter is doing interesting, do unmute and listen. Nobody knows that you've unmuted and listened. We don't know who people are. We just know the number of people who've unmuted and listened. We never get to know your contact details in any way, shape or form. So you can comment and you can unmute and you can follow, without, well, you're still to a certain extent anonymous. So that's the show that's live at the moment. If we go for another show that's live at the moment, and we'll go for Epic New Tech, and the page changes and we get the topic tech broadcast, and we can see if we go over the top, live at the moment, 53 people watching, people are following, which is in the white band on the right hand side, and people are actually commenting. Right, okay, so that was a quick overview, and my picture should come back in a minute. I'm waiting for it to come back. What I'll do is, because I'm actually trying to demonstrate this camera to you. Just a moment. I need to make an adjustment. So let me go here and click this button and go here. Okay, and I'm back. Okay, two things when live broadcasting: never panic and refresh or reset your camera or browser, and that's everything taken care of. Right, the full video of the clip you've just seen is actually over on YouTube. You can go over there, you can check it out afterwards, and that gives you a full guide to how to get the best out of Amazon.com/live. Front page, discover. You can find shows that you've not seen before, and you can find out who's live. Following, you can see the shows of everybody you've followed, either whilst they're live or their last broadcast. And then the final one is the browse, which is where you can find people by category. So if you're looking for electronic shows, go browse electronics. If you're looking for the Amazon TV guide, go browse and upcoming shows. And that will tell you all the broadcasts that are going to be on today. It's your TV channel. It's your Amazon TV channel. Now, a word about the people who are actually broadcasting on here. They all know their game. They're at the top of their game. They know about the products that are down in the carousel. You can ask them questions at any time during their broadcast and get an answer. This is interactive television, interactive video. It's the best place to get an answer to your questions. If you've got a question about Logitech Brio, you can ask me. If you've got a question about the OBSBot, you can ask me, you can ask Monty. There are so many people actually using the OBSBot. So it's a resource to use, it's free. The prices down the carousel are the prices whilst we're live, and sometimes we do get discounts that we can tell you about. And today I'm going to just go back to the beginning of my carousel, and I'm going to tell you that there are discounts on my next item. Now, my next item is the OBSBot Tiny PTZ camera. PTZ, pan, tilt, and zoom. Pan, tilt, zoom. Okay, PTZ. That's what a camera can do. Most cameras, the Logitech C920, 22, 25, 30, and the Brio are all static cameras. In other words, they've got one field of view. That's all you can see. Yeah, that's all they can see. That's all you can see. But there is another camera which was released last year. I'm just going to hide that video and switch this video back on and go here. And this is a second camera. Okay, I'm in my beloved studio. I've got two cameras. My second camera is the PTZ camera. Shall we put that full screen? Okay, so this is the camera itself. This is the camera looking at my desktop, and it's just to show that we're live. Okay, it's basically controlled by software. And if I go over here, I can come to me. Okay, so now you can see me again, but this time you're seeing me through the OBSBot camera. And the OBSBot camera is rather special because, as you've seen, I can go from one preset location to another preset location. In fact, you can have three preset locations, and my third one is a picture of Avebury Circle, which was built 4,500 years ago at the time of Stonehenge. Not as famous as Stonehenge, it needs a new marketing department. And you can see my Under Armour rucksack, which is not in the carousel. Back to me. Okay, so those features, the presets, the camera can do a 270-degree field of vision, which is absolutely brilliant. And you can switch from one location to another. So that's the first major thing about the OBSBot Tiny PTZ camera, which is down in the carousel. And I'm talking about it because today the OBSBot PTZ camera is 15% off. So it's $169 as opposed to $199. And I mean, I've had this camera for 3 weeks now, and I love this camera, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, this is why I love the PTZ camera. Okay, so I'm going to do this, and this is going to work first time. Okay, I'm going to stand up. Okay, now you notice as I stand up that the PTZ camera is tracking me in much the same way as the camera that I was using as the gimbal can. One thing I'm going to do is this. Okay, and we've now got the green screen. Okay. This is the PTZ camera. This is the OBSBot Tiny. This is what it can do. It can follow you as you walk around the room, which is a step forward. C920, 922, all the Logitech cameras, apart from the higher end, cannot track you. This camera can actually track you as you move around your office. Magical. Also, this camera, because it can track you, means that you can present whilst stood up. And this is a boon, especially when you're broadcasting on Amazon Live. It means I can stand up and I can demonstrate a product. So just give me a second. It will track me as I do this. You notice how it's tracking everything I do? I just want to move something on my screen. So I have done. And now I'm back here. Okay. And the camera's tracking me perfectly. I can lock it if I want, but it's in tracking mode. So it's monitoring everything that I do. And I want to talk about these, which I'll put in the carousel in a moment. These are Aftershocks earbuds, and I'm going to model them for you. Okay. Thing about Aftershocks. First of all, I've got to say that these come in a variety of colors. You can determine you can choose which color you want. Okay, you've got two sets of controls, one on either side. They go over your head and over your ears. They are bone conducting headphones. They are. So they don't go in your ear canal. So they're not going to irritate you. They are lightweight. Okay. And that means that, I mean, I wear these, I forget I'm wearing them. Okay. They are Bluetooth. So you take your mobile phone. Notice how the camera's tracking me. You take your mobile phone and you go to Bluetooth. And once you switch these on, these will appear as Aftershocks. You connect directly with your phone, okay? And then you can play through your headphones the Spotify, or even better, if you can play Amazon Music, that would be good. Okay, you'll find Amazon Music down in the carousel, I think. The quality is very good, okay? It's not hi-fi. I'm not going to pretend that it is, but it is good quality sound. Now, the thing about these headphones is that they're designed for movement. So you can walk, jog, run, or cycle wearing these earbuds, these earphones, and they won't fall off. Yeah, they're very comfortable. You're getting good quality sound. And the thing about them is that because they're not in your ear, you can hear everything that's going on if you wish. If your partner stood next to you or a friend stood next to you, you can actually carry out a conversation. Yeah, and it's simple and straightforward. If you're in traffic, you can hear the traffic. If there's a cyclist coming up behind you, you can hear the cyclist. You can hear everything that's going on around you. So these are safety. It's a safety headset, really. Keep you safe. So you can actually hear everything that's going on around you. You can make and receive phone calls. If a call comes in on your mobile, you can take it on the headset. It's got an inbuilt microphone, and you can have a discussion over the phone without touching anything. Okay, call comes through. If you want to dial out, then with the virtual assistant, you can do a number dial out. Now, these headphones, I know Chris has got two pairs and the camera's still following me. Shall I go over here a bit? These headphones, I love these headphones. If you click the link down in the carousel, you'll go to the Amazon.com page for these headphones. These headphones are part of a series of headphones. This is the first step, and then you've got more and more and more. They're all improving in quality as you actually go up. All do work the same way. All are waterproof. You can choose your color band. It's one button to switch on, and to increase and decrease the volume is a second button. And I love them. Okay, I've got to say, although I mean, I've had many headphones over the years and earbuds. Earbuds, you've got a problem with. You actually, well, I have. I actually lose earbuds. Okay. If you have these, then you're not going to lose them, and you're going to be able to see them anywhere because they're bright blue or bright pink or bright orange, depending on what colorway you want. But I'm going to put them down now. Back, they said they're waterproof. They're meant for the outdoors. They're meant for walking, running, jogging, and cycling. Aftershocks headphones. But we're talking about the PTZ camera and the fact that PTZ has 3 preset positions, but it can follow you around the room. okay, which as a presenter on Amazon Live makes it easy. I can go over to this photograph. I'm trying to frame this the right way around. I can go over to this photograph and I can tell you that this is Avebury Stone Circle, built at the same time as Stonehenge 4,500 years ago. It is a bigger circle than the circle at Stonehenge because it's got a village inside it. In fact, it's not just got a, well, let me sit down to tell you about this. I'm sitting down now. The camera is tracking my every movement until I sit down, at which point it loses me, it gets confused, and I just need to press one button. Just a minute. I need to press one button to come back on camera. So I'm now back on camera. Okay, so far so good. If you want to challenge me to a game of chess, then you can do, but not during the broadcast. The Overspot was funded through Indiegogo last year and built from scratch as a PTZ camera. For its price, its special offer price of $169 today, it is a steal. It's a bargain. I've got to tell you, this camera is so much fun. Yeah, it's not just the fact that you've got 3 static positions, so I can go from where I am now to the new position, which is my demonstration desk, and come back to me just at the click of a button. Yeah, those are presets, and it's just so much fun, so much fun. So do take a look at it. Click the link in the carousel, you'll find out more about it. And I'm going to, because I can, I'm going to switch cameras. So now we're back to my second camera. This is Logitech Brio. Let's go down the carousel, and you can see a difference between the Brio. Brio is down the carousel. It's 163.82. It's 18% off. Now, the first thing you'll notice, the PTZ camera has all the features, but I think you'll notice one thing. I've only got one microphone working, hopefully. You'll notice one thing, there's a difference in color. Okay, the Brio captures the real color more effectively than the Overspot, but they are for different purposes. Yeah. So back to the Brio. Brio is capable, and it's down the carousel. Brio is capable of 4K, 1080 and 720, and it is my go-to camera. I've had this camera for the last 18 months. It replaced my C920, and I've never looked back. Plug and play, plug straight into your Mac, straight into your PC. If any questions about it, then do ask. Thank you for watching me on Amazon Live. But those are my 2 cameras, and I can, because I'm in the studio, I can switch between the cameras, and I can take the second camera over to the second location, and I can now talk about anything that's down on here. Okay, so this is live, and that's the C920 we all start off with. Then I went to the Brio, and now I've gone to the Overspot. And the Overspot, which is focused on my desktop, is the one which is the most fun and most effective. Yeah. Right, now, I decided back in January the way I was going to do this. I own 75% of the kit that's down in the carousel. Okay, so if you can ask me anything about anything in the carousel, I use it. Okay, I use it almost most of it on a daily basis, so I know about the kit. Okay, what I decided to do earlier this year was, what I'm going to do month by month is I'm going to improve my kit, and I'm going to buy new kit so that you get an idea of how basically my studio is improving and how you can improve your live video setup. Okay, and we can discuss it. If you've got any questions, then please do ask. But I'm going to go here, and we're going to go picture in picture. Okay, so that was the stand I had the C920 on. That can go up there. That is the C920 itself. And see how I'm tidying up while I'm talking to you? That can go up there. So that's out of sight too. Those were the Aftershocks earbuds. I'm actually going to put them back into their carry case. So the Aftershocks are safe when I put them the right way around, that is. Okay, so the Aftershocks are going in there. And I'm going to zip that up. I try to keep all the cases so everything is taken care of. We looked at this unit earlier, which is the Anchor 4-way USB. So I'll put that down as well. And before I'll stay with my first thought. We're going to look at, right. So you've seen my Obspot camera, and you've been listening to all the time that you've been listening today. You've been listening to the Elgato Wave 3 microphone, which is down in the carousel. Now, I love it when people recommend things to me. And I was doing a broadcast late last year. And I'm just looking for some names, and some names will come to me in a second, just a second. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute. I will be with you. I have a set of names, which I do remember, but I'd rather show them on screen as well. Yes, okay. I was doing a broadcast last year with Krista Boven and that is Krista Boven. No, well, it's not a profile photo. Chris is absolutely brilliant. But I was doing a show with Krista Boven, who's in Belgium, Rico Glover, who's in the USA, Alec Dorling is in Sweden and works for Volvo, and Rose Davison is in Australia. So we've got three continents actually involved in the broadcast. And Alec brought along his microphone, because I asked everybody to bring along their camera and their microphone mainly. And Alec brought his microphone, and Alec works for Volvo. He's involved in autonomous vehicles or self-driving cars over at Volvo. And he's done his research onto the best equipment to actually use. And he's bought the best. And I heard him speaking, and I thought, that is such a brilliant microphone. It's got such a rich tone, yeah, a good bass. And I thought to myself, I will have that microphone. I'm going to take that off screen because the microphone is this one. Okay. I'm trying to hold it steady. You can see the cable in the back, so my apologies for that. And hopefully you can still hear me because I'm actually live on this microphone. This is the Elgato Wave 3 microphone, and it's a sturdy piece of equipment. It's got a solid base, and if I could turn this round, you've got a dial on there. In fact, I'll go the other way around. Okay, I'll put it down. I always try to keep my microphones out of way, but this is the Elgato Wave 3, and you're listening to it now, and I'm moving it closer, so you may notice a difference in the quality of the sound. But the Elgato Wave 3 is a special microphone because the Elgato Wave 3 by Elgato has this, which no other microphone has. And let's just share screen a moment. So forgive me for indulging myself. I'm just going to share my screen, and I'm going to bring up on screen this. Okay, and I'm going to bring it into my studio. Okay, and then this is it. This is basically, if I take myself off full screen, you can now see, I'm going to hide that, and I'm going to go side by side, and then I'm going to go picture in picture. Okay. With the Elgato Wave 3, you get a mixer, and you can see at the moment, top left, the Elgato 3 microphone, but I've been able to add four more channels. So I've got a channel for the browser, I've got a channel for Spotify, I've got a channel for system sounds, and I've got a channel for the crisp microphone. If I do this, and hopefully none of this will make an eighth of difference to the sound, you'll still hear the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. But the thing I can do is I can go over. I'm just going to give sort of a demonstration of this. I can't play the sound to you because we'd be taken off air, and that's what we don't want. But I've got Spotify loading at the moment, and I'm waiting for Spotify to load. I'm going to pick a track. Okay, so let's go here. And in a second, just bear with me a moment, it will be worth it. Okay. Okay, I'm going to play a track. And this is going to work. I know it's going to work in a second. And you can now see that there is a signal coming in from Spotify. Okay. Now, if I had that plugged into my BeLive Studio, you would be now be listening, believe me, you'd be listening to Paul Simon. So this is a mixer which allows you to mix the sound sources that are on your computer or Mac. And to me, this is priceless. I'll tell you for why. I'm just going to stop Paul Simon. Okay, so I've stopped Paul Simon and come back to me. So I switch Spotify off, but I can bring in my microphone and Spotify into this mixer and then take the signal that appears at the bottom and bring it into my BeLive Studio or bring it into vMix or OBS. I can bring this mixer, including the Elgato microphone, into any broadcasting studio, especially BeLive, which means that I can play music live on air. Think about that. Being able to play music live on air. Now, I can't play the music on Facebook. I can't play the music on YouTube or on Amazon Live because I'd be breaking copyright rules. However, I can play music. I'm going to go back to me for a minute. Just a second. Okay. I can play music on I'm just going to stop sharing. Okay, and hide that and come back to me just a second. Okay, I can play music. That's better. I can play music on a site called mixcloud.com. Now, if I go live to mixcloud.com, I can play music. I can play the Beatles, the Stones, INXS, Def Leppard, Led Zeppelin. And when I play music as a DJ on mixcloud.com, I'm having a whale of a time, but when I play a tune, Mixcloud will pay the royalties to the artists. So if I play Stones, the Stones get royalties. If I play Led Zeppelin get royalties. Okay. And I couldn't do this from my BeLive Studio before. I had to use OBS. OBS is the vehicle that I use to go live on Mixcloud. Now, because of the microphone that's down the carousel, I can actually go live on mixcloud.com, and with the mixer, I can play music. So that's the second reason I bought it. Third reason. One, Alec recommended it. Personal recommendation is good. Two, I heard the sound of it and was impressed. And three, it's got a mixer, which means that I can actually go live on mixcloud.com and play music and say hello to Kristen. The Brio color is oversaturated. Okay, noted. Thank you very much. I'll check that. In fact, we can have a go at that later. I'll check that out later. Thank you for the comment. And if I may be so cheeky, if you want to come, if you don't want to lose, and you enjoy my show, then an invitation to all of you, just please follow me, and you'll get notified the next time I actually go live. Thank you for that. It's basically, it's a question of personal preference. So, but thank you for the comment. All comments gratefully received. Okay, so we've done the cameras, and thank you for watching. So we've done the Elgato Wave. The Spot is 15% off. The Logitech Brio is 18% off. And now it comes to green screens. Okay. This may or may not work. Okay. Behind me is a Fitbit green screen. The purpose of the green screen is to help with background removal. If you use background removal software, manufacturers say you don't need a green screen. I'm here to tell you that a green screen is very helpful when you're broadcasting and you're using background removal. I'll demonstrate, hopefully. Fingers crossed. This is live, anything can happen. I'm going to click the button there. I'm going to click that button there. And I'm going to go over here to my hard drive. I'm just going to upload an image. Give me a second. And okay, now this is my studio. This is my green screen. What I'm doing is I'm going to remove the background. We'll be back. I'm not going anywhere. Okay. With background removal software and a green screen, then you get a pretty good, decent image. If you didn't have the green screen, I'm showing you 10 fingers, then you would have problems. Okay. Green screens make a difference to the quality that you have when you're using background removal software. Now, the software I'm using at the moment is by NVIDIA and is built into my BeLive Studio. I could, if I'd had time, perfect the lighting. I take that. I might be oversaturated, but I'll take it on the chin and sort it out afterwards. This is the way I'm used to seeing myself, basically. But you do need a green screen to actually get a decent. You can get a reasonable picture if you don't have a green screen. You're getting closer to perfect if you do have a green screen. And the Fovitech green screen behind me is, let's just go back to the Fovitech green screen. A minute, I'm going to disappear a second, but I will be back. Here, 3, 2, right, and now I'm back. This green screen behind me is Fovitech green screen down in the carousel. Basically, it's scrunchable. You can fold it up, you can put it into its carry case, you can carry it anywhere. It serves not only as a background removal facilitator for live broadcasting like I am doing now, it also is very useful when it comes to doing photo shoots. So you can take this with its carrying case and you can take it anywhere. Yeah. So do think about having a background for your shots, because with a background and background removal software, you can actually be broadcasting from anywhere in the world. Okay, now what we're going to do now, because I'm always one to take advice, what we're going to do now is I'm going to close Spotify. I'm going to close my mixer. I'm going to move that over there. I'm going to go to video. And what I'm going to do is bring up a piece of software. Okay, so I was just doing things in the background then. My apologies, but I do want to, I want to get this, let's do this live if we're going to sort things out. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, and you can help me in this, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to share this software. Hopefully, if I can find, no, that's not it. That's not it. I need some software. Just a second. This usually happens. I'm okay. Let's see what happened then. I did try and get it working. Okay, so let's take myself off full screen. Good. Okay, I'm going to go side by side. Okay, now Kristen said this, if you've got a Logitech camera, you can go to the Logitech website and you can download Logitech Capture or the program that's to the right of me, and you can then use it to actually sort out your camera. So it's free. If you've got a Logitech camera, Logitech Capture is free. Go to logitech.com, download the software, it installs itself, and then you're ready to go. So I brought the software up next to me, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go side by side. Okay, so side by side. Now, Kristen said that basically, and thank you for the comment, Kristen, I'm going to close that I was oversaturated. Okay, So I'm going to decrease the color intensity. Okay, so we're going to take this down a notch. Okay, it does make an improvement, Christian. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to, that's better. Thank you for your advice. Brilliant. I've just taken down the color intensity a bit. I'm going to take the auto white balance off as well. And what I saw as a feature was not a feature. Okay. So there you are. We've done it live. I now look more natural. I'll keep working on it though, Kristen, and thank you for the advice. It's brilliant. The thing about live video, and certainly about Amazon Live, is that people help each other. So I have basically been able to use the software with advice of somebody who knows exactly what they're doing. And I have been able to adjust so that the color intensity isn't too much. And I'm going to carry on working on that. I love the fact that we do help each other. And okay, so you've now got a more natural me. Okay, so this is my true color. I'm not bright red. Okay, I just got used to it, I suppose. Right, okay, so down in the carousel is the Logitech green screen, which is behind me, which is reversible. One side is blue and one side is green. Okay, you can switch, you decide which is best for you. But if you're going to use background removal software, do get a green screen, please, because you get near perfect. Okay. Now the next thing that I'm going to talk about is down in the carousel. I can't show it to you. Okay. It's basically, I'm broadcasting to you now on Wi-Fi. Okay, I'm not cabled. I mean, everybody says that if you're going to live broadcast, you need to be cabled. I found that you don't. My partner Angelica is teaching German in her office at the moment. I'm live here. We've got a shared internet connection and it's working. You're watching me live in 720p on Amazon Live. So this is the proof that well, you need something. When we got internet, when we got together, I got the electrical plugs that you can put into the electrical socket to get Wi-Fi around the building. Okay, and they worked. Okay, but the problem was that if we sat down to watch an Amazon Prime movie, a 90-minute movie would take 2 hours because of all the buffering. Yeah, and we thought that that was natural. That was the way things were. It's not true. It doesn't have to be that way. Which is why when I investigated the options for Wi-Fi, I came across the TP-Link Deco, which is down the carousel now. And it's that Wi-Fi network that I'm using to broadcast to you, and Angelica's teaching German. The TP-Link Deco is so simple to set up. I'm going to tell you a couple of stories about this because, well, it's situated about 5 feet away from me. There's another unit downstairs, a unit in Angelica's office. I'm suggesting the 3-unit pack, okay? And basically you take the first unit, you plug it into the back of the router and you switch it on. Step 1. Step 2, you download the TP-Link Deco app onto your mobile phone, whether it is Android or whether it is an iPhone, okay? You install the app, you set up the first Deco unit using the app, you set a master password, you set a guest password, done. You've got your first unit working. You then take the second unit and you go to another room, you plug the unit in, switch it on, it connects with the first one, and when the light goes on, it's working. You take the third unit, you go to a different room, you know where I'm going with this, you go to a different room, you plug the unit in, and then all 3 units are connected, and they're connected to your router. So signal is coming through your router to the first Deco and then being distributed to the other 2 Decos. The day I installed this, and it takes about 30 minutes to install, we were able to sit down and watch Amazon Prime, watch a movie on Amazon Prime, and a 90-minute movie took us 90 minutes to watch, and we haven't looked back. So we've thrown all the rest of the Wi-Fi gear out the window, and the TP-Link Deco now powers the network around our house, and it is good. So good that Angelica and I are broadcasting at the same time, and we can watch Amazon Prime movies now. We live, you're going to say, well, why didn't you cable? We live in a stone built house, and actually getting Cat 7 cable throughout the house is just not a proposition. That's why Wi-Fi is the answer. If you've got problems with Wi-Fi, then please do investigate the TP-Link Deco that's down the carousel. I have a friend called Peter Stewart. Well, I've got more than one friend, obviously, but Peter Stewart lives in Aberdeen in Scotland. And his office is a garage. Now, the garage was built as an extension onto his property. And his Wi-Fi signal in there was not good. So he talked to his partner and said, can I lay a Cat 7 cable from my garage office through that wall, outer wall, into the house and then through to the router? Now, I don't know what was said next and don't want to know, but the following day, Peter came live on air on Blabbing for Britain and asked us, did we have any recommendations for Wi-Fi? Because he couldn't do the cabled route. So I said, yeah. I said, we've got the TP-Link Deco. It's absolutely brilliant. So within an hour of talking to me about it, Peter was onto amazon.co.uk and he ordered the TP-Link Deco. And he came back to me the day after and said 30 minutes to install and it's working perfectly. He's got brilliant Wi-Fi in his office garage. Sheila's happy because there's no drilling been done, no cables anywhere. And TP-Link Deco works. So Peter says, this is not me, this is Peter, that the TP-Link Deco was his best buy of 2021. Okay, so if you're looking to improve the Wi-Fi, but we can't do anything about the signal that comes in, but if you're looking to improve Wi-Fi about your premises, then TP-Link Deco works out of the box. It simply works. It's easy to set up, easy to maintain. You can control it from your phone. You can give somebody more signal than other people. You can distribute the signal as you wish. You can have connected your computers, your tablets, your phones. Anything can be connected by the network administrator, and you can have 2 of those or more, and the whole thing knits together. Okay, and you've got an even Wi-Fi signal throughout the premises. TP-Link Deco it works. It works. And over to Chris. And Chris is saying, oh, that's about the mobile earlier. Okay, so Chris recommends the Osmo mobile. Okay, so TP-Link Deco, I can but recommend it. It is, in fact, 30% off today. It's $129.99. Okay, Kristen, if you're still here, I'm getting used to this new look. Thank you. Okay, now the next thing I want to talk about is something that I use quite frequently, and I'm going to go off full screen and I'm going to go here. I don't need that anymore. I'm going to switch this camera on and I'm going to go side by side, but I don't want to go side by side like that. I want to go side by side like this. Okay, and I want to move myself over here. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about, which is down the carousel, and I've put it somewhere safe. Okay, so I'm going to move my iPad out the way. Okay, I need the iPad to actually control this broadcast on Amazon Live. This, I'm going to move the Toshiba hard drive carefully over there. And I'm going to go picture in picture. That way around. Okay. I hope you can see this. This is basically a stand. Okay, this is the Ipivo stand, which is down in the carousel at the moment. I love this stand. Basically, I love this stand because it has two joints, so you can vary the joints. It has three joints. It has a joint at the bottom. It's got, this is like weightlifting. This thing weighs a couple of kilos. This is not going to fall over. Yeah. Okay. So if I go here, this is not going to fall over. All right. I'm going to come closer. This is not fall over. It's got three joints, one at the base, one here, okay, which you can adjust, and one here, which you can adjust. Okay. So you could have it holding your mobile phone and be doing a cooking demonstration or a drawing demonstration. Yeah, this is the perfect stand. The thing about most stands, let's just go back to this one. This is a very good tripod stand. Okay, we just used it a moment ago with the C920. There's nothing wrong with this stand at all, but with the best will in the world, this stand is flimsy. If you knock this stand, it will fall over. And if you're doing a demonstration, a cooking demonstration, then you want a stand which is going to be sturdy. And this is the one. This is the Ipivo Uplift stand. Now, I hopefully in my carousel down here, I found it first time. I'm going to tell you all about this stand, and the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to bring up a video on screen. I'm going to mute my microphone and we'll watch the video. This is my Ipivo Uplift stand, which I use frequently when I want to show my mobile camera on screen. So let's have a look at the Ipivo, and here it is in real life. This is the Ipivo stand. It has joints. It has, first of all, it's got a very solid base. This is a very capable, weighty piece of equipment, and it's not going to fall over. It's got a small footprint, and it has two places you can actually adjust. One is there, and the second is there. And you can adjust the stand, and you can see it's very sturdy. You can adjust the stand, and then your camera, which can be an Android or an iPhone, you can just turn it through 360 degrees until you get the picture you want. Now, if you're doing craft demonstrations, if you're doing cooking demonstrations, then the Ipivo Uplift is the piece of kit that you should consider, because it is solidly built. It's got a small footprint. It's got two joints which you can adjust. The camera is capable of going through 360 degrees, and I enjoy using it. It's just a solid piece of kit. When you put it down, it won't fall over. Okay, it's very, very sturdy. So the Ipivo has my vote, and well, that's it really. I mean, basically what we're looking for in a stand is that it is stable, it can be positioned, and there are two joints on the Ipivo Uplift which allow you to do that, and you can just set it and forget it. Simple as that. Okay, and you can do all your demonstration, cooking demonstration, drawing demonstration, craft demonstration. This will hold your camera and it will hold it steady. So the Ipivo Uplift is my stand of choice when doing demonstrations on live video. And I actually use that stand in the demonstrations that I do. and hopefully we could in that video. I'm going to say hey to Milermi, who said hello twice. Thank you for joining me. If you'd like to follow me, please do. If you've got any questions about anything that I'm talking about during this live broadcast on Amazon, then please do ask. And if you're watching me live on Amazon at the moment, a big thank you. Now, earlier in, oh, thank you. And thank you for the follow. Right, I should have some music to play when people follow me. If you're enjoying the broadcast, follow me. Thank you so much for following. And it makes all the difference, because next time I go live, you'll get notified. I don't get your details. I can't do anything other than say thank you for following me, and I hope to see you in future broadcasts. Okay, now, when we come live on Amazon, we can talk about any of the products that are in the carousel. And there are quite a few in the carousel. Whilst I'm talking, you can scroll, but we've talked about today. I'm just going to review what we've done. The Elgato Wave 3, which is the microphone you're listening. The OBSBot, which is the camera that's actually my second camera, okay, which is 15% off today. We talked about the Logitech Brio, which you're watching now, and thank you to Kristen for helping me get the colorways right. And that is 18% off today. We've talked about the green screen behind me, which is a Fobitech reversible green screen, green one side, blue the other. We've just talked about the wonderful TP-Link Deco network, which is recommended by a lot of people who actually broadcast on Amazon Live. And I've just shown you the Ipivo multi-lift stand, which is here. And everything I've done today has been on my iPad. Okay, I'm controlling the broadcast from my iPad, and I'm a Windows guy. Got to be said, I am a Windows primarily. Windows is my thing. Okay, and I'm just going to shrink that picture. Just a minute. Just give me a second. Okay, Windows is my thing, but I'm blown away because I had to get an iPad to actually come and broadcast Amazon Live. You've got to have either an iPhone or an iPad. I got the iPad, and it's been a total revelation. The last piece of Apple kit I had was the iPod, first generation, and that's a while ago. The current iPad, which is down the carousel at the moment, the iPad 10.2 inch, this one, is brilliant. The range of applications that you can get for an iPad is amazing, absolutely growing every day. The quality of build, first class. I've got this in a case. I put most of my kit in a case, just in case I drop it, which is a rare thing, but you've got to protect your assets. So always get a case. And I use this for basically for a range of things. And going over back into Corinda's back. Corinda was 97 minutes ago when we started, and is back now. And people think I work for Amazon. No, we don't. Corinda's been live on Amazon Live earlier. That Corinda, and just say what I'm going to do now. I am an independent broadcaster broadcasting on Amazon Live. I'm not employed by Amazon. I enjoy being on Amazon Live. I enjoy your company, but I don't work for Amazon. But I do recommend the products down in the carousel. I own over 75% of them. I use them daily. And if you have any questions about them, please do ask. Okay. Did you get that? Just make a note of that, Corinda. Okay. So iPad, I'm an Apple fanboy again. iPads rule. Okay. And my Android tablet is sat somewhere. We looked at the Anker 4-way USB, which allows you to have 2 cameras and 2 microphones plugged into your computer at the same time. So I can switch cameras. In actual fact, I can do it so quickly that it's not true. I can go that and that. Okay, and we switch cameras. Okay, so That Anchor port allows you to have 2 cameras and 2 microphones plugged into your PC or your Mac. Now that's the one down in the carousel is the PC version, but there is a Mac version too. We looked at the gimbal. We looked at professional grade lapel microphone for doing narration, and that is 41% off today. That is only $35.45 today. And we looked at the portable charger that will charge your phone if you run out of power, and that is 10% off today. The thing that I didn't get a chance to talk about today is this, and I'm going to finish up with this. Okay. One of the things that I do enjoy is walking, and I'm going to go back to my main camera, and I'm going to go picture in picture. Okay. I'm going to switch the cameras around, and finally I'm going to go here. Let's move the Ipivo out of the way. Okay, because we covered that. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is this. And this is basically when I get up in the morning, I put my Fitbit on and it measures my steps throughout the day. Now, 2,000 steps is the equivalent of 1 mile. I try to walk 4 miles a day. The Fitbit measures every single step that I take, and it does so accurately. The band, this is the band that comes with the Fitbit Inspire 2, and you can choose different bands. So different bands available from Fitbit. There's a whole fashion market for designer bands. So you can make this look the way you want. The lozenge in the middle basically will count your steps, measure your heart rate. You can also use it for measuring water, and if you go to fitbit.com, you can actually record your food diary. Okay, now going to fitbit.com is a good idea. Once you buy a Fitbit, this Fitbit, the Inspire 2, then you're opening the doorway to a whole fitness regime. This is the start of your fitness regime, because you go to fitbit.com and you register for the guarantee. Step 1. Step 2, you wear this every day. Now, if you wear it during the daytime, it will measure your steps. If you wear it at the night time, it will show you your sleep pattern. Okay, it records your sleep pattern. When you're in REM sleep, when you're in deep sleep, when you're in light sleep, it will do all that. And if you wear this for a week, you'll get your sleep pattern over the week, and you can then say, okay, I need to make adjustments to my day so that I sleep better. So it can help you. Not saying it solves things, but it can help guide you. It guides you. But when you register this, you going to fitbit.com. Fitbit.com is a website owned by Fitbit, run by Fitbit, and it is a community. So you register your Fitbit, and then basically you get access to the Fitbit community. The Fitbit community is made up of people who wear Fitbits, and I've met about 2 people who I've got closer to simply by taking part in challenges. Once you're in the Fitbit community, you can take part in challenges. And I take part in 2 challenges: a weekday challenge, Monday through Friday, a weekend challenge, Friday and Saturday. The idea is he or she who does the most steps wins. Now, I'm never going to be top of the league, but I can be sort of in the middle. And the thing is that people encourage each other. They encourage each other to keep fit. Walking is the simplest way to keep fit. If you walk around your house and don't go out the front door, then you'll do about 2,000 steps in a day, 1 mile. 2,000 steps is 1 mile. I try and do 8,000 steps, 4 miles a day. That is my fitness regime. If I do that every day, I know I'm keeping fit. Now, I'm not going to say how much weight I've lost, but let's just say I've lost weight because I have a fitness regime. This year, I'm just going to put this back on. we didn't make any New Year's resolutions, Angela and I, but what we did say to each other is we're going to do is we're going to go out the front door every day in 2022 and we're going to walk. Okay. So we're going to have at least one walk a day. And we're now 3rd of January and we have done, out of the 34 possible days, we've done 33 days. We've done nearly 33 consecutive days of just going out of the house and walking for 1 mile, 2 mile, 3 mile. Yeah. This weekend, I'll let you into a little secret. This weekend, we're taking part in our first ever park run. Now, a park run is basically it's an event organised throughout the UK where people meet together at 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning and go for a 5K run, or walk or jog. And we're going our first 5K this weekend. So I'd like to say a thank you to Park Run for organising all this, and a thank you to all the marshals who actually run the events, including my good friend Nick Wood. Thank you to them. But we're going to do our first ever 5K. Now, when I come live next week, I will either tell you that we did well, or I'll tell you we did well. We're going to do our best on this. I just enjoy walking. I enjoy using the Fitbit. I enjoy the challenges. I'm very fortunate. We live near to the Kennington Canal, which runs from Bristol to London. And the canal was built in the 1700s to take goods from Bristol to London. So ships from the USA would dock in Bristol, unload, the goods would go onto a barge, the barge would go on the canal and go all the way to London. Okay, the canal is still used. It's not used for goods anymore, but it is used for leisure. And I can go on the Kennington Canal and I can walk 6 miles one way, 6 miles the other, and just enjoy being in the countryside. So I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be where I am, blessed to be in Devizes. I do, when I can, walk marathons as well. So walking is the best way to keep fit. I've done 7 walking marathons. I've had Fitbits for that Fitbit. I've had 4 Fitbits in 8 years. It's changed the way I think about staying healthy. I try and do 8,000 steps, 4 miles a day. It's the greatest gift. A Fitbit is the greatest gift you could give to yourself or to a friend. It's actually the gift of good health. If you use it every day, as we're doing now, and you go out and walk, then you'll be fitter. Simple as that. And I've got to say, I mean, as I said, we've done 33 days of walking, and my Fitbit said, congratulations. Just said yesterday, congratulations, well done. The fact that you are now exercising on a regular basis is the best thing that you could do. Right, okay, with that story and the story of the Fitbit and all the other stories I've told you today, I'd like to say, if we go back here and I go side by side, and I go side by side there, I just need to make one change. Just bear with me a moment. It won't take a second. I'm quite practiced at this. Okay. Okay. You have been watching Stephen live from England. Thank you very much for watching me today. I'm back tomorrow at 9 AM Eastern. I'm broadcasting on BeLive. That's where my studio is. It means you can have more than one camera and everything just runs smoothly. It means I can go out to Amazon Live direct from my studio. Thank you for unmuting. If you've been listening to me, absolutely brilliant. You've been watching Lights, Camera, Action, which is somewhere down there. And I'd just like to go back to the iPad for a moment because I've got a comment I've just seen come in. And the comment is from Hand Mommers. Does this watch require a monthly service charge? No, there is no, let's come back to it. Thank you for the question. There is no, I just need to make one more adjustment. Just give me a moment. Thank you for the question. I'm going to take the framework off and come back. Okay. Once you buy the Fitbit, then access to Fitbit.com is free. The communities are run by community members. That's free. There is no service charge for the Fitbit watch. It simply works. It's the best one I've found. As I say, this is my 4th in 8 years. So to answer your question, thank you for the question. Is there a monthly service charge? No, there isn't. You can pay it's 13% off today, which is 86.88. You can choose the band that you want. And I wish you every success with it. Absolutely brilliant. Right, so this has been me from Wiltshire in England. Thank you for watching. I'm back at 9 o'clock tomorrow. And I'm back every weekday on Amazon Live. I'm so lucky to be able to talk to you from England and tell you my stories about the equipment that I use every day. Thank you for spending part of your day with me. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye for now, and thank you for your comments.